What's up, guys? Welcome to Logged and Loaded, episode the next one, and this is the first episode of 2026.
Yes.
Huzzah! We're going to talk about things like the IPF rule change. We're going to talk about Cumbrian Strongman Promotions announcing an athlete sponsorship kind of thing, and our plans for the year as athletes and our plans for the podcast. First of all, we've got the very unfortunate news that Power O'Dwyer, at time of recording yesterday, has unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
Which is a massive loss for the strongman world. You know, he was a brilliant character. He had a huge following, and he was very much pushing into the mainstream media as well. So,
yeah,
very sad news.
Definitely miss his cunt videos where he was just calling out people for cunty behaviour that realistically needed to be called out.
Yeah, he was doing like a Joey Swole type thing, but a little bit more obscene version.
And better, because Joey Swole just pisses me off. Not just calling people out, but also making a bit of a meme about it. And
yeah. He brought
light
a lot
of the
fun to it.
situation, yeah.
So, very sad news, unfortunately. Pa will be missed, you know, multiple time at World's Strongest Man. He was UK and Ireland Strongest Man at one point as well. Possibly the most successful, or arguably the most successful Irish strongman of all time. Yeah, very sad. Right, we'll move on and we'll come on to a more cheery topic, or actually possibly slightly less cheery topic. Yeah,
it's not strictly strongman, but it's something that's been very prevalent in kind of the scopes of the strength world.
Yeah.
The IPF rule changes.
So for those of you who don't know, which I'm sure you will, IPF's the biggest federation in powerlifting. And it's also the most, strict, isn't it? It's the most strict federation, yeah.
Yeah, they seem to have some they had some very strange, very strict rules to begin with, and a lot stricter than a lot of the other powerlifting federations, but then these new rules seem like they just don't want people to have fun.
Yeah, which is right. Fuck you and your fun.
So one of the obviously, I can kind of see not wearing chains. Mm-hmm. I can kind of see that. Obviously, I understand people want to wear the drip.
They're allowed to wear them. They're just not allowed to have them on show. So that they can wear them underneath.
Okay.
But they're not allowed to have them on show, and they're not allowed to have them in their mouth.
So I understand that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty fucking stupid anyway.
Because it just seems a bit daft. You're biting down on a fucking metal chain when you're going for.
Yeah, just get a fucking gum shield or something.
Yeah. I'm a gum shield, unless gum shield's a band. I don't see them.
I don't know, actually. Yeah, good point. They quite possibly are. Everything else is banned, so...
Yeah, you've got to wear your own specific singlet that's not branded by anybody else other than IPF-approved brands. And
Yeah. And then they allowed rigor mortis sleeves, and then decided that they would unallow rigor mortis sleeves. And yeah, some interesting ones by IPF. The one that's the stupidest one for me is that you're not allowed to celebrate if you
if you're going out, let's say for most people, if you're hitting a big squat or you're hitting a big deadlift, you want to get yourself really hyped for it, you want to get yourself in the zone. And if the same way when I did the stone record last year, I'd hyped myself up so much for that when I finally got it, it had been something on my mind for months that I just wanted to get it done. I knew I was capable, but it was that relief of it's done. I've hit that number. And you want to celebrate, and you want to feel $1 million. And if you're I think it would have been anticlimactic if I'd done that big stone and just went and then walked off stage.
Yeah.
What's that?
I know. Especially when it's in competition, because in competition your adrenaline's already spiked, your nervous system's up a height, you're ready to fucking go, aren't you?
Yeah.
And regardless of whether, you want to say that IPF is meant to be a natural federation or not, it's definitely fucking not. And everyone's full of absolutely all sorts of shit. And that escalates anything that's already there building. It's a fucking weird one, that one.
Yeah. No handshakes?
No handshakes?
No handshakes. So if you're going out, you can't shake hands with people.
Oh, the judges and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking stupid. Do you know what I would deliberately do then? I'd fuck you to the judges.
Do a Wendy Woo.
Yeah. Or I'd go like that. So people think I'm about to get disqualified. Basically, you're just not allowed any personality.
No, you must walk out as a robot, walk up to the bar, pull the bar, and then do that weird thing that all of the powerlifters do, and like as they're going for a deadlift, go.
Exactly that.
Exactly that.
Yeah. You rattled the door there.
Did I?
Yeah, you rattled the kitchen door. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Also, if you go out and squat, when you complete your squat, you're not allowed to walk forward under the bar. You know, some people rack it and then walk, because it's, it's like a freestanding rack that the IPF use. People will rack the bar and then they'll walk forwards.
Right.
You're not allowed to do that. You have to walk backwards.
What does that change?
I've got no idea.
How did that's a?
It's very.
I didn't say that one. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You've done the squat. It's heavy. You put the bar in.
Yeah.
It's natural just to kind of drop under.
Yeah. Sometimes it's easier.
Your head's in front of the bar. If you're like, especially if someone's just gone for like a ridiculous squat and you've not only hit a squat PB, you've hit a blood pressure PB, and you try to then like get back underneath the bar, you might clock your head. You might just pass out.
I can see a lot of people hit crazy PBs and in the moment forget and walk forward. And the same with the deadlift, you're not allowed
or in the moment celebrate.
Yeah, and the same with the deadlift, you're not allowed to walk forward over the bar and do anything. You have to literally just back away. Shite.
Yeah.
Shite. Really, really stupid. Another one, your thumbs. Well, this is the way I interpreted it, is that your thumbs have to be round the bar on the squat. So you can't do that. It's because it's called French low bar, where the bar's really low on your back, like below your rear delts. I can't fucking reach, but
yeah,
it's to stop people doing that and like jamming in that low position. So they've said that you have to have your thumbs around the bar. Oh. But for me, that's going to take all the bigger dudes, the really heavy dudes, that still do it in a legal way. And it's going to make things really hard, because when I low bar, I take my thumb off because it's comfortable for my wrist.
The only time, well, I've only really done low bar for one prep, and there was no way I was doing it with hands on the bar. There's no way that I would have been able to go like that. I would, at the time, it was probably like right in the end of my fingers.
Yeah. And a lot of people, because of the mobility of the wrist, will be in that position.
Yeah.
Because that rotates your wrist when you put your thumb around. It's very fucking painful to do that as well, especially if you're not used to doing it.
It's just a comfort thing rather than a...
Yeah.
So you could see some numbers that people have been hitting significantly drop because of that daft rule change.
Another rule is that on the bench, you're not allowed to use your upper body to kind of shoot the bar up.
Yeah.
I think that's a rule in most federations, but it's more about like really sinking it in and then doing that. Whereas this, you're not allowed to use your upper body at all. You've got to keep your upper body still, and it can only come from your legs. So if your upper body's moving, like to whatever the bar, to shoot the bar up off the chest, it's very vague. I don't know. It just...
Yeah, but that's also like some of the bigger dudes, when they're benching, they're not solid muscle.
Oh, yeah.
They're a little bit of squish to them. So they're like just bringing it down to touch the chest, and it sinks into them a little bit. Is that going to be...
I don't know, mate.
Disallowed because it's sunk into... Or do they have to like come down and like hover touch themselves and then go, which is going to be even fucking harder?
Quite possibly.
Like...
And I think the thumb rule applies to the bench as well.
No suicide grip on the bench.
Yeah, there's another grip that people called bulldog grip. You're not allowed to do that either. I think the bar has to be properly in the middle of your palm. It's I don't know. I'm not an IPF powerlifter, and I never will be.
No.
But yeah.
No, not at all.
Weird fucking rules. But basically, you're not allowed to have fun if you do IPF, which was kind of the rule anyway. Because, I mean, if you do powerlifting, you're not going to have fun at all because it's boring.
Yeah.
I do coach powerlifters, but I wouldn't want to do it myself. It is quite...
No, I think I did, before I did Strongman, I think I did one block of powerlifting with you with an overhead press day in there as well, and I was sick of my life.
Yeah.
I did it for 6 weeks, and I turned to you, I was like, can we do something different, please?
Yeah, it was pretty lame.
It's very boring. Very boring. Didn't have the versatility and the changeability of Strongman.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't, you're right.
We do love a bit of Strongman. It's like we're a Strongman pod, not a fucking
well, exactly, yeah.
pod.
Yeah. So that's the crack. Powerlifting's now even gayer than it was before. And
Yes.
it already sucked many, many, many dicks.
Yes.
Now it sucks an extra dick.
A dragon dick.
A dragon dick.
Dragon dick.
Wow. That sounds like a really big, scaly dick.
I'm assuming so.
Do you think it's a curly dick? Like a fucking... What is it? Is it ducks that have
A corkscrew
curly penis? Yeah. You think a dragon's got a curly dick?
I don't think so.
Is a dragon a bird or a reptile?
That's a good question. But are birds not reptiles?
No, the birds.
Were birds not reptiles once?
Don't know. Possibly.
I think dragons are reptiles.
Interesting.
Because I could see a crocodile with wings. Imagine that. You go to Australia where everything already wants to kill you, and then all of a sudden you see a fucking flying crocodile.
Oh my god, imagine that.
And you'd be like,
That's
"What?"
kind of literally what it is, a flying, fire-breathing crocodile.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. God, it's a good thing dragons don't exist, isn't it? Jesus Christ, can you imagine that?
Fucking scary.
Flying crocodiles all over the place.
We've got very sidetracked here.
Yeah, what we're talking oh, powerlifting's gay, yeah.
Powerlifting's
Sucks
gay,
dragon
sucks
dicks,
dragon
that's
dick.
why, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
perfect.
Right.
Perfect. Right.
Next on the agenda.
NXT PSL athlete sponsorship.
Well read.
Yeah.
You going to tell me anything about that?
Yeah, so was it yesterday or the day before? It was kind of brought.
It was a couple of days
Friday,
ago, I think.
Friday.
Yeah.
I know there was a little bit right at the back end last year about athlete sponsorships and people, like the way that sponsorships work in Strongman, and when you go to the competition, your competition tee has the event sponsors on, no sponsors for yourself. So if anyone's sponsoring you for like to go do a comp, for example, you can't wear their brand for the comp tee. You've got to wear the comp t-shirt.
Yeah.
So a lot of brands are in that mind of, why should I sponsor that person to do that event? My brand isn't getting out there.
And it originally came from Pip, the strongman physiologist. That it was kind of his post originally started it, and then Chris Harper did put a story on about it, about how he agrees with it and stuff, and that's a good idea.
Yeah, well, I definitely think it is a good idea, because you should be able to have your own kind of sponsorship, because then more people are going to go, right, I want to do this. So NXT, Adam Rumney and Connor Smith have kind of come up with their own way of doing this. Obviously, it would be a pain in the arse to have, like, let's say, a comp tee, but everybody who has their own individual sponsorships have them on the back, for example. So, like, if me and you were doing a competition and I had no sponsors and you had, like, 6 sponsors, you'd have all your 6 sponsors put on the back and I'd have nothing. And it would be a bit harder for them to buy T-shirts that way because of different printing costs and whatever.
Yeah.
So they're doing it. Any athlete who wants to have their sponsorship, they say you'll have up to 2 sponsors.
Yeah, I think that's what he said, yeah.
And you're the same way that they do it in rugby and things like League of Legends and stuff like that. And like, if, let's say, you won the deadlift event, they would call your name and then they would mention your sponsorship on there.
Yeah.
And in the athlete program, like the event program, you'd have your sponsors your 2 sponsors below your name in there.
Yeah.
So Tom Owen's sponsored by Elite Sports Therapy. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
To give that extra benefit. And obviously it's a trial run, they're not forcing anybody, and they're not saying, like, if you're doing PSL, you must have these sponsors. It's if you want to do it, let us know, and we'll accommodate as best we can.
So I think it's a really good idea. Absolutely, 100%. I'm up for this. I think it's brilliant. I think there's a few different ways you could kind of spin it. I like that they're going to go to the trouble of doing that for the athletes.
Yep.
I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. I would say if it was, because it's a trial run, that's probably the best way to do it for now. But eventually, I think it should go to, if the comps are having comp tees, then you get your comp tee early. You can do what the fuck you want with it, within reason.
Yeah, so you get sent, let's say, this was the comp tee, and it's, you are not allowed to touch this area.
The square, but you can do the sleeves and stuff
sleeves,
like
you
they
do
in Counter-Strike.
You've got you've got a block on the back for your name, and let's say OSG Worlds, for example.
Yep.
You've got a block on the back for your name and your flag. You've got a block on the front for the OSG sponsorship.
Yep.
But other than that, do what you want with it.
Yeah.
And you take it to whatever printer, whatever, whoever you want, and go around and say, right, we will get this on here.
Yeah. And then you've got something physical that you can take to sponsors let's say you wanted to be sponsored by the fucking local butchers.
Yeah.
You've got something physical you can take in, be like, I'm going to be wearing this. It's going to be broadcast in front of X, Y, Z. Would you like to sponsor me? You will get your logo here or whatever, who knows. They say yes, because they can see a physical product there that's going to market them, and then you can go get it printed, and jobs are good.
Yeah.
But definitely,
when you're on that stage, whatever, it's there, shows off your brand and shows off whoever's supporting you as well.
I've got an example. All right, so this is your shirt that was made. It's got logos on the front. As you can see, a bunch of different ones. There's me.
Yep.
There's your sports therapist, your nutritionist, Jim, and that's one of your sponsors, the barbers.
Barbers, and a guy reached out and just thought he'd give a bit of sponsorship as well. My logo, and then a big pension monument on the back represents the local area.
And the sponsor of the t-shirt maker as well. Yeah, sweet.
And then we've got this one.
Yeah.
Who was it?
It's Mayon Mercado from Brazil.
Mercado with his own.
He's got his sponsors, and then he's got Official Strongman Games on there because that was the t-shirt that he brought with him to OSG. He obviously couldn't wear it in competition because that was not a thing then. That's why it would be good if the comps want their t-shirt, then they send you the t-shirt out early.
Yeah.
It's it's a lot more admin, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it might only be applicable for bigger comps. If that wasn't the case, you could have like your own uniform.
Yeah.
Couldn't you? Where you rock up to any comp, whatever it may be.
The same way that like fighters wear. So obviously
exactly.
That t-shirt I've got there is by Juice Fightwear. And I was the first athlete that he's done that isn't MMA.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all of his athletes come out and they've got the t-shirt, matching shorts, and generally matching gloves as well, and they all have that kind of thing, and the whole crew behind them as well have them as well.
Yes, yeah.
Which
you
is
can
cool.
buy like a fight package, can't you?
Yeah.
I definitely think that would be good. I was going to say something. Oh yeah, so companies they're paying for advertising space like you would on a Formula One car. If Coca-Cola wanted to advertise, they'd pay ridiculous amount of money, like £5 million to have their Coca-Cola brand on the front of the Formula One car.
Yeah, same way like you mentioned with esports teams, they've got their t-shirts all over.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, if you want to go on to other sponsorships, you could do, obviously you've got Cerberus Strength sponsored events.
Yeah.
You just get more people involved, so like each winner gets an X. The same way that it is in League of Legends, like, oh, this person's won the Pepsi Cola Duke or whatever.
Yeah, or like MVP awards and things like that. Yeah,
so like winner of the event gets this award from this kind of thing.
More opportunities to
try and get as many little sponsors in there as you can.
Yeah, Britain's under 120s did a good job with this last year in 2025 because each event had a different sponsor, and each event win got you like I think
prize,
£100 or £200,
all right,
which was given by the sponsor of that event. So like Dan won 3 events and the show came out with like nearly £1,000. So
but you say this, but it's not just big events that need this. McGregor Stonelifting Games. I've done 2 of them now, and every single event has a sponsor, has a prize for the event. So if you win, let's say I went up the show and I did shit in every event but the ring carry, and I do well in the ring. Obviously I win the ring carry. I don't get any trophies or anything, but because I've won the ring carry, the sponsor of the ring carry gives me a sword.
Yeah, which is
so I
sick.
walk away with a sword, and then if I broke a record, I get my record engraved on the sword. Other events, it was like one person just really enjoys watching the events. He comes to all of them, so every time it's on, he gives £100 to whoever wins X event.
Okay, right.
Another one, Jamie always buys the people a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's little prizes that make you go, right, well, instead of just going, fuck it, I'll just damage limitation on that event, or I'll do all right on that event, and make you go, oh, fuck it, I really want that. Like, I really want to win that sword.
Yeah.
So you're going to really push yourself in training at that next level to go and train it more.
And then even if you're having a bad day, like you say, there's always something to play for.
Yeah.
Like you could go in and just win one event and fucking come last in every other event. You're gonna leave the show with a positive experience, at least to some degree.
Well,
and
it
a
could
prize.
even, you've got events like official strongman games, like natural strongman, where you've got more events, 7, 8 events rather than 5. You've got more space for those like event sponsors.
Yeah.
You could literally have 7 individual event sponsors with 7 individual prizes for each
And
category.
it really shouldn't be that hard to, I mean, obviously, Natural Strongman, you've got like 14 categories or something. OSG, you've got a lot of categories. So if you got an event sponsor for each event, there would have to be a prize for each category, possibly, unless you've got like a kind of like an MVP award kind of thing.
Yeah.
But really, it shouldn't be that hard.
No.
Like,
with that MVP award though, you could literally be like, have someone from the whoever's sponsoring that event watch that event back and go, well, I think that person.
yeah, I like that athlete. I thought that
like
athlete
that athlete.
showed heart or whatever.
Like they can just choose who they want.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have to be based on anything in particular.
Yeah. And pretty much, you would imagine most sponsors would have a representative at the show that they're sponsoring.
Yeah.
You would imagine. Yeah. I can't imagine that not being the case. So there would always be somebody there. So yeah, I think it's a really good idea. More power to it. It obviously needs to be fine-tuned and see which way it's going to work. You would need other places to get on board.
At the end of the day, like, everyone runs comps how they want to run them, but if you want to try and make as much money for not just yourself, but get athletes getting money, which makes more people want to compete in your whatever, you've got to be thinking of these ideas, and you've got to be open to trying new ideas. And we never know that this thing that NXT and PSL are trying could absolutely flop. And then at that point, they go, didn't work, we'll not do it again.
Well, I don't think it can flop, because I don't think, I mean, it'll cost them a little bit more money. I don't think it'll necessarily flop. I think it's a good idea. Whether other people will follow suit, I don't know. And it's a shame if they don't, because it's not like you can just turn up with your own, like in the current state of affairs. I can't just go to England's and say, no, I'm wearing this because it's got my sponsors on, because they tell me to go fuck myself. But yeah, good idea, good shout. I like the future of that, hopefully. I don't, sorry, last thing, I don't like the 2 athlete thing, the 2 sponsorship thing.
Yeah.
If you've got 4 sponsorships and they all give you somewhat of an equal kind of, how do you pick 2?
Yeah.
It just makes it complicated.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like. Right.
I think the only thing I think is, obviously, if they're looking and they've got, like, one athlete's got like 6 sponsors, and they're reading out all these sponsors after the athlete's been out, and then another athlete goes out and saying nothing, might feel a little bit upsetting on the other athlete for whatever reason.
But the other athlete knows they don't have any sponsors, don't they? So,
yeah, it's...
Like, I know that I'm not going to have as many sponsors as Paddy Haynes.
Yeah.
And I'm not fucking butthurt about that. It just is what it is, isn't it?
I mean, your butt does hurt at the minute.
Oh, yeah, it does actually. Yeah, it really does. Well, it's less my butt, but yeah.
Your lower butt.
Very lower butt, yeah. Right, so that's class. Hopefully that all works out well. Next thing we're going to talk about is our plans for 2026, both as athletes and for the podcast. So we'll do the athlete thing first and then go from there.
Yeah. So
what's the crack?
For me, I'm just following through the natty pathway again.
Yep.
England's in 5 weeks. I think it's 5 weeks today.
It is, aye.
Over in Liverpool at Box Park, National Strongman's just announced free entry for spectators. So if you are anywhere local to Liverpool on the 7th and 8th of February, get yourself over to Box Park.
Yep.
There's 2 massive Strongman days on. Be really good. When they ran it for the Masters and Juniors last year, it was a cool venue, so we'll see how it goes this year.
And another one for promoters, take heed. Put your comps where there are already vendors, because there's a chance that you might get a better deal on the actual venue.
Yeah.
Because you're going to bring people to the vendors. Pretty much everybody who comes, if you're there for the day, is going to spend like, I don't know, 15 to 30 quid, aren't they?
When the adrenaline wears off of watching whoever they've gone to see, they'll have a smell and go, ooh,
yeah,
that Chinese smells quite nice.
Or just the breaks in between events. Like I would probably watch an event and then go grab a drink and then come back. And
With Box Park, they've also got little bits and bobs in there to do between the events as well. So they've got like pool tables upstairs, and they've got like shuffle boards and stuff.
Oh, that's pretty good, isn't it?
So yeah, it's a nice little venue.
And I'm assuming that'll be just open as normal, to
Yeah,
the public
open
and
as
stuff.
normal. Anybody
Yeah.
can come in. I know last year there was a hen do come in.
All right.
We were a bit like, what the fuck's this? But they stayed and watched. They watched
There you
like
go.
2 events.
There you go. They might be well into
So
strongman now.
it's quite really weird seeing these people with penises on their cowboy hats. I go, woo! Between events. But it worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool.
It gets more of the public involved, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So you're doing England's, and then what else are you doing?
After England's, I am doing UK's. No matter my performance in England's, I've got to invite.
Yeah, I was going to
being
say,
current champion.
automatic invite, yeah.
And then I'm in 2 minds about doing Europe's. I'd like, if I can get a qualification spot for Worlds through UK's, I might just skip Europe's. Give myself a little bit of a break, because I've not really had a break for a while.
But it's not going to be an off-season.
No, but it's the week after Europe's, I'm running a stone lifting competition.
Yeah.
So it might be too much stress for us to try and plan for both.
I don't know, man.
But we'll see. We'll see when it comes.
It's up to you, but it's the first Europe's strongest natural man. I think it might be something that's good. Like might be worth doing. I don't know.
Yeah, we need to see how it goes. I'm yet to make a decision for that. I would like to get a qualification for Worlds again.
Well, yeah.
End of the day, it's the biggest, or one of the biggest comps in the 90 pathway, and I think I would like to have a third crack where I'm not injured or putting myself down thinking I shouldn't be there.
How long is there between Europe's and Worlds, roughly, do you reckon?
About 2 months.
Oh, it might not be the worst thing to do it then.
8th of June is Europe's, and then it's like the 22nd, 23rd of August. So we've got a decent amount of time between them.
It might not be too bad to do that, because then if you don't do it, then you'll have a decent chunk of time where you're not doing anything.
Yeah. We'll see.
Sometimes it's best just to plough your way through, and then you will get, like, unless you want to do another fucking Atlas Stone world record at the end of the year, you will get a chance to have an off season after.
That's the thing I would like to get to be Atlas Stone.
It's just because you've got from the end of August all the way to February again. You've got quite a decent amount of time. You've got an in season and an off season, haven't you?
Yeah, and then I'll have King of the Stands hopefully after Worlds. I'd like to do better at that this year. I think I held myself back a little bit with the injury at Worlds.
Yeah,
I don't think I was particularly injured on the day for King of the Stands, but it was more of a mental thing than a physical thing. And then just go from there. What about yourself?
Well, I pulled out of England's.
Yep.
So I pulled out of England's last week. I decided I don't want to do it. I gave many reasons when I did my public Instagram story. The main reason is I don't want to fucking do it, mate. I'm sick of Unbreakable changing the rules. They've changed the rules for the Titans toss about 6 times since they started.
Yeah.
Like, in the 5th of December, I messaged them saying, you should probably put a video out for this because nobody understands the rules and people are messaging me about it. And they said, no, we'll send out an info sheet. Sent out the info sheet, and then 2 weeks later, they're like, oh, well, actually, the info sheet was useless, so we'll actually do a video about it. Then I sent them a message saying, all right, so am I hearing this correctly that you can now put the bags where you want them before the whistle? And the response that they gave me was, we're not taking questions. You have to email this email address if you've got a question. And I replied saying a simple yes or no would have been nice, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they realised that I've only been trying to help because they're the ones fucking it up.
Yeah, not yourself.
I'm not fucking it up. I'm not doing it. I've got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, everybody else's opinion and my opinion are all the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll not rant too much, but it was very rude of them to say that, to be honest, frankly. But fuck them. I'm not doing England's for that reason. But then yesterday I've done something to my hamstring. There was 3 pops in my squat. I'll put the video on here.
It was looking very strong until
it felt really easy. That's the annoying thing. Yeah, I've only done 5 weeks of squats, and I've just been putting the weight up every week. So yesterday was going to be a couple of triples at 260, and it just yeah. So that's unfortunate. So I need to have a little bit of I was going to have a bit of a break anyway. I've already decided, but that's kind of forced me into a bit more of a break. But hopefully it's nothing too serious. The plan before this, we'll assume this is nothing. The plan is to finally pull 400 kilos. Yep. I am off.
He's staying natty, you bastards.
I'm staying natty. So be off, pull 400, I want to challenge Hafthor Bjornsson's bag toss world record.
Yep.
Obviously, doing the 105 bag toss is ridiculously easy because I am so much better than everybody else on planet Earth. So I'm going to challenge the big lad now.
Fair play. Fair play.
I might do Brits later in the year. I don't know. We'll just kind of see how things are. I would love to do PSL at the end of May because that gives me 5 months. I'd love to do Ultimate Strongman in Fulda in Germany. They haven't announced the dates for that yet though. But I would love to do those two.
After seeing your experience of Ultimate Europe, I would like to jump in and give it a go at some point.
Ultimate Worlds. Europe's is in September though. Oh. But that one's.
But I would
you could do that one as well. Or
be interested in jumping in and giving them a go. Because they are just open entry, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
So I would be interested in just jumping in and giving it a go, seeing how they are.
They generally get a very, very good standard of athlete as well. 2023 and 2024, excellent standard. 2025, not as good standard, but Pascari was there. So regardless of everybody else, he was there. Yeah. So he was obviously the best. Anyway, it's always a good standard if the best in the world is competing there. So
yeah.
And then OSG wise, Europe's and Worlds I would very much like to do again. But I'm quite happy in myself. I'm happy with this decision to skip England's. I'm looking forward to doing some off-season work and trying to build my deadlift a bit and just kind of see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Fuck yeah.
And for the pod?
Well, we just want to keep trying to grow it as much as we can, really.
You're talking about getting a bit of a green screen.
Yeah, we'll get a green screen. We'll get some better lighting. So
travel around the world.
Hopefully, the next time you tune in, it'll be a little bit different. I had to move around in my sitting room, which is why the sofa is in front of the window, which isn't great for the lighting. So we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out, aren't we? Yeah. We've got a little bit of money to put into it. Not a lot, but everything that we do make goes back into trying to make the podcast
straight
better.
Back into helping us be a better podcast.
Yeah, and that's kind of just what we want to do. We want to make it as big as possible, as good as possible. People who enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much in. Obviously, we are now putting stuff on Spotify.
That we are.
So you can, if you can't see us, you can hear us.
But yeah, on that subject, guys, like, comment, subscribe. We don't care what the comment says. It could say fucking anything. It just helps the algorithm, doesn't it? So
just try
and share it with people because we do this and we bring a lot of light to some of the lesser names in strongman, some people that don't have maybe a big platform. So if you're watching this and you don't have a big platform, you should probably like and share it around because we might be fucking reading your name out at some point.
Yeah.
You bunch of fucking cunts.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
The bigger we get, the bigger you get.
Yeah.
The bigger you get, the bigger we get.
There you go.
Like
I'm all about getting bigger, bro. Yeah.
About getting a snowball in it.
What?
About being a snowball.
Yeah, a yellow snowball.
Big yellow snowball.
That's my favourite. They're my favourite ones, man.
Oh.
They've just got so much more flavour to them.
Oh, yeah. Lemon.
Lemon.
that does remind me, with the snow we had yesterday, they had a little bit of, obviously, snow on my bonnet, and it was covering, like, the washer jets. I think the flavour that we bought was just gingerbread flavour. Screen wash.
Gingerbread flavour?
Yeah, like smell scented.
I was going to say, you're not supposed to drink it.
No, I have drank screen wash.
Yes, I know, I remember that, yeah. Don't do that.
Do not do that. It's a weird colour, but it just looked like I had piss coming, like the way it stained the snow. It just looked like I had piss going on my screen. So. Nice. Anyone interested in how Timmy's doing, he said hello to me earlier.
He did, yeah, he did. He's a sweet, a little sweetheart. We're going to take him for a walk in the snow.
Oh.
We've never taken him for a walk outside. He does go outside, he goes in the back garden, but he never exits the back garden. So I'm going to take him for a little walk and see how he likes it.
See if he likes going for a daily walk.
Yeah, I've got a suspicion I'm going to be carrying him home because he's not going to
want to go.
Well, he's going to enjoy the snow for a very small amount of time.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be like, nah, I'm sick of this shit. I want to go home. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, my parents couldn't get the puppy back in yesterday.
Yeah, that was too much fun.
Did not want to come back in.
Yeah. I don't know why they like it so much. I went out this morning in me sliders, and fuck me, I couldn't wait to get back inside.
Yeah, well, I went out and put stuff in the bin in me sliders last night. I fucking hated that.
Yeah.
Although I'm very glad that I stayed at the gym for a little bit longer yesterday than I was planning on doing, because my neighbours parked. I live on a bit of a hill like that.
Right.
And where I was parked, it snowed, and then I left, and it hadn't really snowed enough to like fill that bit in. But my neighbour's parked up the hill on a bit that had been really snowy. And when I come home, I was like, "What the fuck are they parked outside my house?" It's a bit shitty of them. But as I went in, I come back out to put something in the bin, and they were apologising because they parked the car. It had then slid down the hill,
way.
and the only thing that stopped it was the fact that they had the handbrake on, so when the rear wheels hit the bit of dry concrete,
it just stopped it.
It stopped sliding. But like, if I took my car out earlier and the snow had kind of went in that bit, the car would have just kept going down the hill.
Wow.
It would have smashed through 3 or 4 cars further down the hill.
Jesus.
So I was like, I'm fucking glad I wasn't parked there, otherwise my car would have been... Imagine putting that through insurance.
Yeah, crashed into
man.
by a ghost.
My neighbours has crashed the car into mine.
Whose fault is that?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Because it's their car's hitting your car.
But both cars are stationary without anybody in them.
Weird, man.
It's mad, isn't it?
Real weird.
And it was because of the way they were parked. They were parked like front wheels down the hill. So when you put your handbrake on, your front wheels don't stop.
Okay.
So the front wheels went onto the bit of fucking dry concrete.
Yeah.
And just kept rolling. Rather than sliding. I was like, what the fuck?
Deary me.
Mad.
That's pretty crazy, man. Imagine if that's not actually what happened.
Imagine if they had
just a family of raccoons got into the car and drove it down the hill and parked it. Because, I mean, nobody saw.
No, nobody did. My doorbell didn't even pick it up because of how low the sun was. It was...
Yeah.
Let's leave it there.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching the first podcast of 2026. And as always,
go fuck yourselves.